Hello everyone, welcome to This Day. Today is Saturday and it is August 8th. Now we don't have any meetings to tell you about, but I did find a brain teaser to share with you for today. So I will read that one, it's very short. What makes more as you take them? What makes more as you take them? So think about that, and when we come back a little later in our show, I will have the answer for you. On our show today, I was visited by Brian Gruner, visited by our usual Zoom. He has a recreation update for us, and he goes over all the stuff that they highlighted for last year and stuff for this year. And then we have Andre Torn, who is here with a brand new group called Software IS Research Group, and he'll be telling us all about that and how you can become involved in that group. Our regular resources is ochealthinfo.com, and of course you can get all the numbers per city there, cdc.gov, covid19.ca.gov, where you can get all the reopening plans. Orange County hotline is 714-834-2000. You could always go to our website, which is Laguna Woods Village alerts.com, and you can always email us questions at info@lagunawoodsvillage.com. Our weekend weather is looking very lovely, of course. The whole week has been nice. Saturday, we are looking at 80-63, and Sunday, we are looking at 80-61. And then Monday, we are looking at 80-61 also. So there you go for the weather. Now, the sunrise this morning was 6:09, and your sunset is 7:44. And this is a lovely photo sent to us by Diane. Thank you so much. She went to Arizona, if you haven't already recognized that red rock. So thank you, and if you have a photo of a favorite vacation that you would like to share with us, landscape please email it to lagunawoodsvillagetv@gmail.com. Now, if you're traveling, we can give you that quick travel slide. If you are going to the beaches, it's 72-61, Mammoth 80-43, Big Bear is 80-41, and Palm Springs has slightly cooled to 108 with an overnight of 77. All right, when we come back, we will have Brian Gruner. Stay tuned. Welcome back. Today I am joined by Brian Gruner, who is the Director of Recreation, and we're going to go over some highlights from last year and discuss what's going to happen next year. Brian, thanks for joining me. How you doing?
Yeah, so basically I did a presentation at the VMS board and just kind of highlighted some of the closing events of last year, 2019, and also some of the events that we held in 2020. But more importantly, I kind of want to go into also the whole COVID pandemic situation right now with the closure of the facilities and what our reopening plan looks like. So obviously there's a very difficult time right now for a lot of people, and everybody has to make adjustments and really trying to manage the best we can and provide some type of amenities to our community, because I do think it's very important that they get active and they do socialize in some aspect, all things considered. So basically, we'll start off with some of the highlighted events that we had in 2019 and 2020. 2019, we had the volunteer luncheon where we had about 500 people there. Those are the volunteers that we recognize who provide a service throughout the year in different areas. We had the Village Holiday Festival. We also had at the PAC, we had the Nelson Twins for New Year's Eve. And then we hosted a first time ever Oscar night where we had the red carpet out, and had some fake paparazzi there, and people could pretend they're going to the Oscars, and that was a very fun night. Then we concluded things with Frankie Avalon, and that was right at the end of April, and of course in March is when everything kind of closed down. So, but we had a very exciting year in regards to some of the programming and events within the recreation department, and hopefully a lot of people partaken in that and had a really good time with it. We also had a Lunar New Year event with the Chinese American Club, and that's where we want to highlight not just the Chinese culture, but also other Asian cultures and some of the interesting cultural dances or foods that they may provide, within their group. So, and then we also had the club presidents meeting, which was hosted in February, and really emphasizing on the communication with the clubs, and assessing what their needs are and how we can help them be, promote themselves and just be more influential in the community as a whole.
Great.
Some of the facility highlights. So going on to slide number 4, currently we're wrapping up the tennis center renovation project, which was a very nice project where we redid the clubhouse, and we also expanded the patio area for the tennis club and really made it more inviting. We also upgraded our golf irrigation system, and we made some improvements at the garden center, and we added some clubhouse patio furniture upgrades as well. One particular thing I want to really highlight is the equestrian center. So we really focused a lot of attention there, making some improvements, replacing waterers, loosening up the arenas that we have there just to make it more rideable for the horses and the riders themselves. In addition to some other things like cleaning up the facility, just making it more friendly and really more inviting. So that's one of our main focal points right now, is to really provide a nice atmosphere down there at the equestrian center.
Okay.
In addition to that, we did the lawn bowling patio furniture, where we expanded that a little, well, not expanded, but we replaced the old furniture that was there, bring in some new furniture, kind of upgrade that facility. We did a pool, I should say a spa replastering over at Pool 2. We had some issues there where the actual shell of the spa was kind of cracking, and we had some water seeping through. So we did a replastering of that. Of course, right now the spas are not open due to the pandemic, but we're hopeful that in the near future it will be. And when we are ready to open, it's going to be a nice improvement for that spa. And then we also did some Clubhouse 4, which is the old bridge room repairs, particularly on the roof. And also the walls going down between the pool and the room itself. There was a lot of water seeping through into that facility, really causing some flooding issues. So we addressed that, and we're looking to hopefully repurpose that facility in the very near future. And offer some more rental space. So probably more importantly now, let's take a look at the COVID pandemic and how it has affected the village. Basically, March 12th, we went ahead and we closed all the facilities down. And of course, that had a tremendous impact on just about everybody, where they weren't able to come out and utilize the fitness room or the facilities for social gatherings and so forth. We furloughed the majority of the recreation staff, and they're still currently furloughed, so they're still not back yet. We're hoping that sometime soon they will come back and we can reopen our facilities, of course. But that was a very big transition. And then, of course, we coordinated the cancellations of activities with the different clubs, and also the refunds we had to issue for clubs that already sold some of their tickets for events, and also some of our own events that we already had issued some tickets for. One big thing is we really try to network with the local agencies, local cities, because they're pretty much in a similar situation as we are, where they're shutting down their facilities. So it was really nice to network with other directors within the county to see how they're managing certain situations or what their protocol is. So it's a really good networking and just a good outreach. So we're all kind of doing the same thing. We did develop a 4-phase reopening approach that Jeff shared about 6 weeks ago. So we're following that protocol and that guideline, and we're slowly starting to reopen things. The good news is that the numbers have been trending down in the last week, it seems like. I know we were well over 1,000 there for the time. So we're looking forward to hopefully going into a different phase here at some time in the near future, so we can open up some more amenities. We also maintained the regular virtual GRF CAC meetings, although in July it was canceled due to some resignations that occurred on the GRF board itself. So, but it is resuming in August 13th. It's a CAC meeting. So for those of you out there who want to participate, you can always call in, or you can also email us at the Recreation Department with any questions, concerns that will be addressed at that meeting at that time. And then moving on. So we're utilizing a systematic approach to how we reopen. and that falls into the guidelines of the 4-phase approach. And we're following the federal, state, county, and association recommended guidelines. And what association means is basically we follow, let's take tennis, for example, where we have the United States Tennis Association, and they provide us a protocol and guidelines and recommendations that we will look into and implement into our operation. And they're really the professionals. I mean, they obviously know their sport, they know their industry, and they know what guidelines to implement to be effective in this whole social distancing aspect. So, and we do that for pickleball, we do that for lawn bowling, we do that for swimming as well.
Right.
And golf. So then we create a conditional modified operating procedure, which is obviously right now the big challenge is we have to really rewrite our entire operating process. So you can't just go down to the pool and go swim. You have to call, you have to make a reservation. And I know there's been some issues with the calling and so forth. And it's something that's really been unprecedented, where our system really isn't quite set up to manage the volume of calls that we get. So we're really excited about implementing an online reservation system. And we're right now in the process of getting that moving and really hopefully rolling that out within the next couple of weeks. So it's going to make it a lot easier and be a lot more efficient and a lot less frustrating. So
are you only going to have that for the pool, or are you going to do that for the other activities as well? I only ask because for where I play tennis, we do have what's called court reserve, and we have to go through that to be able to make a reservation for a court.
Right. And that's actually the system that we're getting, and it's going to be applicable to tennis, pickleball, and also swimming.
I see.
And then golf on its own is getting a golf reservation system, and we're looking to implement that within the next 4 weeks as well. So we're really kind of transitioning, moving everything online, and make it easier and just make it a lot more efficient for everybody to access our facilities.
Right.
So we know it's been frustrating. Just hang in there, folks, and we'll get through this, and it's going to get better. So,
okay, good.
And of course, we any type of changes or reopening, we want to follow our protocol, our communication protocol, working with PR and marketing, getting the information out to our residents, making sure that they're aware of the changes or any updates that we're providing or opening any new facilities. And we want to get that out, obviously as quickly and as efficiently as possible. So we definitely work with them. We make announcements on TV6. I know Jeff's been on there a few times, and letting people know of what's coming ahead. So
yeah, we try to inform them as much as possible. Being on 5 days a week now, we have lots of time to let everybody know. And I'm glad you could be here to kind of go over with us, because I think people are frustrated because they really want to get outside. They want to start doing stuff. And the fact that pickleball is open and tennis is open and swimming is just around the corner, and we're going to be looking at hot temperatures over the next few weeks. So, swimming would be awesome. I also know that you have a reopening kind of plan, but you also, maybe you could walk us through what you have reopened.
Yeah, so right now what we've reopened is the golf operations. It's open to residents only, so we're not allowing guests at this time. In addition to that, we have the tennis open, we have pickleball, paddle tennis, lawn bowling, and swimming. So those are really the activities that are currently ongoing and people can come out and participate in. We're really, really close to opening up the fitness centers, but then everything got scaled back again from the state level with the closures of the gyms. So that's been obviously is now in the back burner, so to speak. But we have our protocol in place. So when that does open up, we'll definitely be ready to get out there, open the facilities up, and get our residents working out again. But of course, that's going to be also on a reservation type of basis. So there's going to be some restrictions, and we'll get that information out to everybody.
It seems like people are starting to move outside more. Do you guys think you'll do anything outside? Like if you have a sign-up sheet type of thing and they all want to do yoga or they want to do Tai Chi or whatever, are you going to do that?
Yeah, we have a few programs already in place that we want to introduce that can be done outside on the patio, for example, like Tai Chi or yoga or boot camp. So we have those classes already in place. The challenge right now is that our phone reservation system simply can't take on any more volume. It's affecting not just our process, but it's affecting resident services. It's affecting security. So we need to be really mindful until we get the online reservation system in place. Then we'll transition on to those other activities and introduce those to the community as well. But we have to be careful.
That's great. Well, you know what? I know it's kind of like a chicken before the egg type of thing. You know, you want to
Right.
help everybody out, but like you said, how are you going to accommodate everybody to make sure they get
Right.
reservations? So I think that online system should help you guys out quite a bit. So that's awesome. Then I'll certainly lower your amount of phone calls you're getting. You hope.
Yes, and emails.
And emails too. That's right. That's right. Well, any other things you'd like to say?
No, I think just let people know that to be vigilant and just hang in there. This is difficult for everybody. It's not something that anybody expected or really anticipated, and we just have to roll with the punches right now. We'll make our adjustments. We're doing the best we can to get people active and get them involved and socializing as much as we can. But it's a tough time right now, and but we'll get through it. So.
Well, thank you for all that you do. We appreciate it.
You're welcome, Lisa. Thank you.
All right. We'll talk to you again.
Okay. All right.
All right.
Bye.
And we'll be right back after this. Welcome back. Well, today I am joined by Andre Torn, who is here on behalf of the Software IS Research Group. Well, Andre, thank you for joining me. How are you doing?
Oh, great. My pleasure talking to the residents and all the audience. Wish them have a safe and healthy pandemic period. And also, by the way, I want to make an announcement that if anybody needs a face mask, free face mask, give me a call. We will have the email address and the phone numbers on the screen.
Oh, well, fantastic. Thank you for that. Yes, everybody can use more face masks, that's for sure. Let's talk a little bit about this IS Research Group. What is it made of? What are you guys doing?
It's a group of village members or residents that are reviewing our current computer system designed previously in the 80s. Its current structure is really outdated and cannot catch up with the ability of modern day HOA management capability and responsibilities, and also costs too much to maintain. So we need to replace it with one that will provide the state-of-art functions we need and allow residents the flexibility to review and enter information from their home, and which hopefully will cost less, so we're pretty sure of that, but not break the bank. Our goal is to select an integrated HOA software system based in cloud structure, whatever that means. You are not familiar with that, to replace all our development, upgrade, backup hardware effort with a simple subscription fee. In this group, we will study what we currently have and compare to availability of available HOA softwares on the market, and pick the best fit and the best return for this community. So that's our goal at this point.
Well, that's great. Now who should be involved in evaluating this?
This will be a community-wide effort, village-wide. Any member or residents that have experience in software development, of course, this is a software selection process. So anybody with the experience in software development, software implementation, and system management or large project management experience are welcome to join us. Email me and later on the screen with the email address and the phone number on the screen. These members and residents will serve as our user test team, make sure our software implementation will meet the requirements to cooperation and the residents. Besides the residents, also, we are inviting the stakeholders, which we mean the staffs. Maybe TV6 will have somebody joining us and see what, or like building system, negotiation system, how do you use the system to provide you the service that you need. And also all the board members. So all the staff members and all the board members are invited. Right now we are just starting up. So stay tuned. We will get everybody involved. This is a community system. You will be using it. you might as well just get involved and pick the one you like the best.
Exactly. Now, I know you're working with Director Chuck Holland, and he is a guru for all of this stuff. So, as a group, what is kind of your approach to this?
What we are trying to do is IS Director Chuck Holland is very helpful. He has already presented to us what our current systems, what kind of functions we have, what are the systems we have. And the group has already had a preview. And also we have already talked to the quite a few HOA softwares. Chuck has experience with certain software. So we are working together, trying to find one that fits our organization the best. The first step is to identify what our current state is, which means if we have what kind of functions we have. We have Dynamics AX system, we have a Stella system, we have Arbor software, we have dwelling life, all these things. How can we interface with the existing system? How do we make it work as integrated together? And what kind of upgrade strategy we have? Then we decide, interview vendors and decide which software that will fit our environment best. And then we start making recommendations, budgeting, and alternative analysis, and finally make a recommendation. We're hoping that by the end of the year, we'll have some kind of a recommendation and maybe implement it in half a year or so. Okay, that's our approach. Upper level plan, big plan at this point. Things may change.
Right. And then, obviously cost is a factor, but nonetheless, you think it's worth it though, right?
At this point, our estimate is we got some quotes on some software system that quote us maybe it's, we calculated maybe somewhere like one full-time employee cost. We feel that all the upgrade we have with all the independent systems, we have to hire a consultant, we have to have our own system to host it, we have to have our own backup, we have all the changes we made. Will probably be at least break even for the one full-time employee. Of course, there are additional costs like connection costs and all the systems that ease of use and provide the ability to the residents. Those are more intangible costs. And create customer satisfaction, make it easy for the staff to work on work request. That can be also calculated, and we feel that if it's between one and two full-time employees, right, will be definitely benefiting our cost effective for us.
Well, right, and I know that this particular type of system, you're really not going to see much of an ROI because it's hard to gauge. However, if you make a system that everybody can use and they find it simple to use, but that's a reward in and of itself, right?
Right. However, we understood that the boomers are coming, but has not been fully moving into our community yet. So there will be more senior citizens that they may not be fluent in iPhones,
right,
internet emails. So we will consider that we still need to have paper route, phone route, and provide them the support they need. But once they get into the system, then the whole thing will be fully automated, hopefully, and give them the best service they can get and save us money on that.
Oh, that sounds great. And your background looks like you have a degree in mathematics and you have a master's degree in statistics. So I'm sure you'd be able to shed a lot of light on maybe what's the best route.
Yes, we are trying to implement a KPI, which we call the Key Performance Index, and which identify some improvements that we need to make we have efficient and effective process. Mm-hmm. So that's what we are trying to do now. And my statistics background and my also I have an MBA in operations research, which is really business mathematics. Mm-hmm. So that's what I've been doing and I've had experience as IS Information Service Director, Chief Information Officer, that kind of position. So I know all these things, and I have a 15 years experience working with KPMG implementing major ERP software. You know, my software is more on the Oracle side, much bigger than our HOA system. So we will try the. KPMG has the reputation, they have a 100% success rate because they follow their methodology. So that will, I will apply that and make sure it will be a success within this project.
Well, that's great. And you know what, with that type of background, I'm sure you'll be able to help guide people. I mean, it's a tough thing, you know, change is hard and nobody likes change, but if they once realize that once you change, it's a good thing, then, you know, everybody should be on board. Now, I understand that you have no problem giving your phone number and your email. So if somebody had any questions or they wanted to volunteer, what would that be?
Okay, my email address is Andre Torn, ANDRET as Thomas, ORNG at AOL.com. And my phone number is 949-331-3801. By the way, this group, I'm the one that's representing the board, leading this group, but there are a tremendous amount of talent in that group that they are very knowledgeable. They have a lot of experience all in the IS side, information service development side, system development experience. So we are working together and make sure it works. As far as the system, we will get staff and users fully involved. And we will come up with a recommendation based on everybody's needs. So that's very important. Make sure we have the buy-in and we have everybody agree that this is the best system for us. Right. That's how we get the buy-in. That's how we make sure that this is what we need for the next 20, 50 year, or well, we've had this current system for 40 years. Hopefully we'll have it for another 20, 40 years. 40 years.
All right. Well, excellent. Andre, thank you so much for the information. I appreciate it. And you stay healthy out there.
Thank you very much. You have a good day. Glad to be on the show and share information with the residents.
All right. You're welcome. And we'll be right back after this. Did you get the answer? All right, I'll read the question one more time. What makes more as you take them? Well, if you guessed footsteps, you got the answer right. All right, our movie today is Fury, which stars Brad Pitt. Great movie. It is brought to you by Memorial Care, and it is a really good movie. I highly recommend it, and that will be airing today at 3 p.m. with subtitles and then 6 p.m. without subtitles. Well, you have a great day in the village today and the rest of your weekend. Make it a great one. We'll see you again here at 9 a.m. on Monday. Have a good weekend, and we'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.